right, boys and girls, I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but I thought I'd be with you in video today. So my husband is here videotaping me, so I get to see you. Well, sort of. You get to see me, but I don't get to see you, but that's okay. All right, so on Friday, when we did our math lesson, I told you that we were going to be using models on today's lesson, and I told you it was really important for you to be able to draw those models. Even though you might know the answer in your head, the models are really going to help you with today's lesson. Today's lesson is a little bit more confusing, and that's kind of why I wanted to be here with you in video, to be able to explain it a little bit to you. So we're going to start out with our SWABOT statement. So everybody get your hands ready. Are you ready? Here we go. SWABOT, 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 SWABOT. Students will be able to use models to solve comparison problems. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing today. The models are really going to help us out. Why do you think we need to use models to solve multiplication comparison problems? And I guess you really can't answer me on that because I can't hear you. So I'm just going to tell you that solving comparison problems can be a little bit tricky. So these models are going to really help us with our multiplication, and you'll be using multiplication for the rest of your life. So this is really important for you to understand how to use this. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at page 15 of your, I think it's page 15, of your, yes, page 15 of your math notebook, and you have this problem here under Unlock the Problem. Since I'm here and in video, I'm going to go ahead and read the problem for you. So take a look. What page are we on? We're on page 15, that's right. And we're going to start reading here about Evan. Okay, so everybody, pencil in your hand, eyes looking at your paper, and I'm going to go ahead and read for you. Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much as Oksana's dog. Together the dog weighs 72 pounds. How much does Evan's dog weigh? So first of all, the first thing we want to do is we want to find out what kind of question are we asking here. We are looking for the question. So somebody can go ahead and underline your question. Everybody underline the question in your math notebook. And then I'm going to underline here. And our question is, how much does Evan's dog weigh? That's what we're looking for. So we're going to be looking for Evan. Now we want to look for our 2 nouns. You see that they've already written Evan and Oksana, but I'm going to put my N1 and my N2 because you know we're looking for nouns here. So our first noun is Evan, and then our second noun is Oksana. So we have Evan here, and we have Oksana here. And what is it again that we're trying to find? We're trying to find out Evan's, how much his dog weighs. So I'm going to just put a check mark next to that N so that I know I'm looking for Evan. All right, so first of all, we know that Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much as Oksana's. Well, we have Evan and we have 7 times. Remember on Friday when we did this, when you have the noun with the boxes, we know that we're going to draw 7 boxes. So you've seen it, you see on your paper there that we have 7 boxes drawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to draw 1 box here for Oksana. Okay? Now, here's the difference between what we did Friday and what we're doing today. We're not going to put anything in here yet. And remember I talked to you the other day about a variable. We're just going to put an N in here. And what did I tell you about the variable? I told you that the variable is replacing the number, and eventually we're going to find out what that number is when we solve our problem. Okay, so for now we're just going to put N's in there, and eventually we're going to put a number next to that. Okay, now one thing we do know. What do we know? We know that together they weigh 72 pounds. And you'll notice we have a little bracket over here to show us that together they weigh 72 pounds. So we have Oksana's dog and we have Evan's dog. Now, how are we going to figure out what goes in each one of these boxes? Well, we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes times n equals 72, because we're doing it together. We're not just doing single boxes here. We're doing all the boxes because they're all together, okay? So we have 8 boxes times n. We're not using the 7. We're using the 8 because we have Evan and Oksana together, okay? So 8 times n equals 72. So what would this n represent? If you know anything about division, which you should, and if you know anything about multiplication, which you should, you know that this number is going to be a 9. So I'm going to put a 9 in every single one of these boxes. And I'm just going to put n equals 9. N equals 9, okay? And we know if we count by 9s, we're going to get up to 72. 9, 18, and 27, 36, and 45, 54, 63, 72. That's how we know our answer is correct, okay? But we need to know how much Evan's dog weighs. Is 72 the answer? 72 is not the answer. That's what they weigh together. How do we know how much remember I put that check mark there? How much Evan's dog weighs? How are we going to figure that out? Well, how many boxes does Evan have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. Okay? So now we're going to multiply 7 times 9. And what is 7 times 9? We can count by 9s. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63. And I just lost my cap. 63. So how much does Evan's dog weigh? Evan's dog weighs, let's just put 63 pounds, okay? So the problems that you're going to be doing today for your math homework tonight, you're going to be seeing this together stuff like this, and you're going to be using these little brackets, and you're going to be making these little boxes, and this is going to help you understand how to figure out these comparison problems using models, okay? We're going to go to our centers next. So I will let whoever is teaching this math lesson to direct you to your centers. So hope you guys are having a great day. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.